into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Is this your
to
dance
it.
move to Rufus?
Oh, yeah, and it's an elevator. Ding.
Where's
Ding.
the fucking emergency room? Just
Oh.
Oh! Censor this, kids! Earmuffs! Earmuff it.
It's my fault. I played the music video version.
Oh, I did not know they cursed.
Hey, it is not your fault. It's Adam Levine's fault, and it's not even his fault. It's okay. It happens. F-words are a part of life.
Yeah.
We might not say them, but our guests and people we talk about can say them. That's okay.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? Comedy is to make us laugh and to deal with things. So let's start the show.
Wait, I
Alright?
still wanted to hear the chorus of the song. You can let it play. You can let it play out.
I think he's scared of it.
Nothing else happens. He's like, huh, what's gonna happen? Welcome to the Saturday Night Live after show, you guys. We're basically anything. It's kind of like late night hour. Anything can happen here.
Yes, and we just proved it right there with the elevator. I don't even know what the musical video looks like. Isn't it maps? Why is he in an elevator?
I have no idea, actually.
Okay.
I've never seen it. I've only heard the song.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd ask. Okay?
I'm picturing it right now. They're in an elevator.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I feel
Describe
like
it
there's
to me.
lightning cat, like
It's like
laser
it's like an
cats.
emergency room that they're in right now. Adam Levine is like fighting to save some sick person. He's a doctor.
Oh, sweet. Well, guys, welcome to Saturday Night Live After Show, Season 40, Episode 2 with Sarah Silverman.
Yeah.
And musicalist Maroon 5.
Yeah.
And I gotta say,
Yep.
I really enjoyed this episode for #2, following Chris Pratt. I feel like Danny does not agree with me, but that's okay because you know what? I don't care because I'm Roya Taheri and Danny Hoyt's over here.
Hi, I'm Danny Hoyt.
Yes.
Thank you for introducing me. It was great.
And guys, thanks for staying with us if you're still with us in the first, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. This has been a very fun and random episode.
You know what, though? I've had a lot of people tweet us. That's why I really like our show, because we just kind of keep it really real all the time.
Mm-hmm. How real?
How real? If there's anybody out there that watches this that hates the way we do it, let us know. If we don't hear from you, we just assume that you love it, so we appreciate that. Or if you want to see us maybe write and perform our own little sketch, maybe we can do that.
Make something happen, yeah.
You down
Tell
for
us
this?
what you guys
down for
want.
this, Josh?
Yeah, nodding his...
What's that?
Are you down for being in our sketch?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Awesome. This is great. I have no idea what we're talking about. Let's talk about Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about the cold open, the 60 Minutes bit, where... What's his name? His name was, I wrote it down, Steve Croft. He's interviewing Obama.
Yep.
It's played by Beck Bennett and Jay Ferrell. What did you think about this little ISIS issue and how they're dealing with social media? And then it kind of touches up on the whole Secret Service issues.
The only thing I really, honestly, this one fell way the only thing I really laughed about was the Zach Braff Kickstarter joke, because that was something that actually like made headlines and I thought was interesting in my own life. The rest of it, I was not, I mean, I care about the ISIS situation, but it was just like boring to me.
Really?
I didn't even like the way Jay Farrell welcomed us to Saturday Night Live. I like you, Jay. I just did not, I don't know, I just wasn't a big fan of it. Didn't do it for me.
I could see that, but there was a lot of lines that I actually really liked.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that weren't
made me
bad.
giggle. Using hashtags to convince people to read their tweets. Come on, you know people that do that. They can be talking about something completely different. ISIS is totally on board for that. The hashtag the voice is back.
Hashtag that was semi-funny. Yeah, I saw you use that in the tweet. I did like the Tinder, and it says DTJ in his profile. He's like, down to jihad.
Yes,
that was funny. I laughed at that. There were a couple small lines that I liked.
Yeah.
Overall, for me, it like fell way short.
Beck is like, at least they're not on Tinder, and Obama's like, wait, they are. And the CIA found out. He's like, wait a minute, why is the CIA on Tinder?
I would have rather
Don't worry about
seen.
it.
Well, here's I would have rather seen an entire cold open that had to do with the guy that got all the way to the front door of the White House.
True.
I would have rather seen a whole thing about that, because I loved when Taryn came in and he talked about, hey, there's a guy with a sharpened screwdriver. I'll just leave him in the Oval Office for you. That was funny to me. The premise was funny, and I think they could have done an entire sketch based around that idea, and it would have been a lot more.
I agree,
humorous.
especially since he's like, it seems really urgent. He ran all the way through the front gate, and he made it in. So I agree.
Yeah.
I did originally give this a B, but the more we talk about it, you're right. Jay's announcement of Saturday Night Live.
It was weird, wasn't it?
It was.
His
It was like he
eye-
transformed from being Obama to his own personal
to
self.
one of his characters. I don't even think it was Jay. It
You
was
don't
like
even think it was Jay?
one of his. I don't know. It was just weird.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fair. So what'd you give it then?
C. It was my
Okay.
least favorite in a long time, and I'm gonna remember it for the wrong reasons.
So
Like, I want to remember something for the right reasons.
do you think it would have been better if they put Sarah in there somehow?
Yeah,
Okay, because last
absolutely.
week, was it you or was it Keaton that said that they didn't like having Chris in the monologue?
I
I know Kelly agreed with that.
Yeah, and I think it was Keaton. I kind of agree. I didn't really want him in the. I mean, he didn't do a bad job. It was just like a little bit, but I like when they do a little bit. I'm okay with it if it's good. I think Chris's was good last week as Roger Goodell. Yeah, I would have liked to see Sarah. If this particular sketch, I don't know what she could have done to enhance it necessarily off the top of my head, but they could have done something with her.
So it completely changed the whole sketch.
Yeah, like maybe she comes in and she's like a dumb maid that's like cleaning in the background or something like that, and like accidentally comes in, and then she's the one with like the sharp screwdriver, and they're like, "How'd this make?" Something that's off the top.
So you wanted more Secret
that
Service.
was free.
Okay.
That was a free idea. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like it could have been funnier if they would have added an element for me.
Okay, well then let's move on. So last week we talked about Daryl Hammond being the voice over.
Yeah.
Did you pay attention to it this time?
Not as much. Did you?
I did. It's kind of growing on me.
Really? Was it? It was the same shtick?
Yeah, it seemed.
I think I was texting during the. To be honest with you.
So you
Or
can't listen and text
Snapchatting.
at the same time.
No. I'm not a great multitasker when it comes to my social media.
least you're
Very
honest.
focused on the social media.
At least you're
Gotta
honest.
get my hashtags right.
That's true. Gotta get those views. Yeah, I mean it's growing on me, so we'll see how it
All
plays
right,
out.
all right.
It doesn't bother me as much. It still ruffles my feathers, but it doesn't bother it. It's kind of a massage ruffle.
Massage ruffle. Speaking of massages and ruffles, can we give a shout out to everybody that's watching us live on AfterBuzzTV.com? I know there's
Yeah.
some people that have texted me and tweeted. So hello to those people that are watching. Kennedy just texted me, said she was watching. Hi, wherever you guys are watching. I don't know which camera. And to those of you that are listening on podcast tomorrow and checking us out, we appreciate it. Thank you. Make sure and rate us. That helps us get. I don't know. It gives us some clout to bring in
Yeah.
people like we don't want to drop any names yet, but we have some guests that will be coming in later on this season.
And they have experience with SNL.
Experience
We
with
can tease
SNL,
them with that.
legit people you will love to see, and it just helps give us a little clout so people get the idea of what we're doing here. So if you like us, rate us, tweet us, comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
We love that stuff.
Real quick, speaking of YouTube, let's keep it positive, guys. Let's spread
gotta-
love, not hate,
Yeah.
please. Let's just have fun and talk about SNL, please. All right. And I just wanted to get that off my chest. All right. But let's move on to the monologue. Sarah Silverman. Danny,
No, I'm gonna let you go first because you're all about being positive. Be positive.
this is how stand-up comedians should open SNL when they are hosting it. Louis C.K., he dropped. I know it's the style. That's probably her style, and that's why.
Yeah.
But come on, this is the way that it should be done. Sarah owned that stage. The stage was her biatch.
It wasn't even the stage. She on the floor.
Everything. She owned the microphone, which is what people should be doing
Yeah.
when they host. So that was my take on it.
It wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
I'm not I like Sarah Silverman. I'm not the hugest Sarah Silverman fan. I respect what she does. It's her humor and my humor just missed a little bit. But I do like that she went down. I liked the play. I thought it was really boring at first when she was like just talking, and then she flipped and she's like, "Okay, now your turn." And I got where the bit was going. Then it kind of settled in and clicked for me. But I didn't really get like where she was going to go with it at first. I was a little skeptical. I don't think it was a home run, but I think it was creative. I do think that was natural. I think she sat on that girl's lap and that girl had no idea, which I love because that's a major risk.
She seems so nervous, that girl on
So
camera.
nervous. And I don't know whose idea it was, but the fact that she did where she was talking to the crowd and it was herself, the flashback, asking questions. I thought that was like actually ingeniously clever.
Yeah. Oh, you cute little girl over there. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I don't like the way it wrapped. I think they could have ended on a better note where she said, keep that curiosity or something along those lines for the next 20 years. I hope you will, or something like it was it was more of like a positive up twist, which you can't hate on. I would have liked to see them go out with like a funnier question, like make fun of herself, maybe be a little more like self-deprecating. But maybe she was trying to be sentimental, which is cool because it was like a
Well, maybe that's
rehash.
all the only things she's actually asked.
But what was the question about the dinosaur?
That was probably related to some host that
No,
night.
but what was the actual question about the dinosaur?
What did you feed the dinosaur?
What did you feed it? Like, she could have ended on that and then done, like, a bit about a dinosaur. Something that would have been, like, that was so randomly weird, like Kyle Mooney type Beck Bennett humor. Because I just thought it ended on more of, like, oh, that was nice.
Well, it goes in threes. Comedy, there's a rule of
Yeah.
3. So.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
But they're-
But I did like what she did. I give her an A- for getting out there and being ballsy and trying something different.
right, yeah. And when she was sitting on the girl's lap, she was, "Am I sitting on your phone?" No. Oh.
That was a perfect. You know what? That was a perfect setup. That was a really, really great setup. Actually, I like the way she did that.
Yeah, and then when she was waiting for the response, it was like she knew that there was dead air.
Yeah.
And the girl was nervous, but she was still gonna push it and see how long she could keep it going for.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. That was
She took over that.
great
That's what I liked.
comedic presence.
And then one last thing, one of her lines, she mentioned how she wants to create an app that you know when your friends are taking a dump. It's just, oh wait, but then I was told there is. It's called Friends. Yeah.
I did like the Hasidic Jew joke about wearing a knit sweater. I thought that was really funny because I think she is Jewish, so that was a little bit of like a self-deprecating thing. She's not a Hasidic Jew, but she is Jewish. And then I liked the comedian, the joke she was talking about where she goes, "Here's this joke," and it was all blacked out, and it just said "black guy in God's mouth" that got censored. Obviously it would have crossed the line if that was the actual joke, but I thought the idea was funny.
Right.
So I'll give her that. I think that she had a big hand in doing her entire monologue.
After watching her do the monologue, I went and I bought her CD.
No, you didn't.
I did. $9.99 on iTunes, and I bought it.
That, Sarah.
And I listened to it on my way up here. I loved it.
You got a new fan, Sarah
I
Silverman.
giggled a lot, and I felt bad because I was in traffic, so people would just see me like.
Were you a Sarah Silverman fan before the show?
I enjoyed her, but I never cared for her stand-up.
Okay.
But now I actually want to go see her do stand-up.
There you go. I would go see her too, 100%. Let me
Should
know.
be really entertaining.
Let me know. I'll go with you.
All right, cool.
All right, there we go.
Got it. So I give it an A. What'd you give?
A-.
Okay, cool. We're in the A family. All right, the next one is a video trailer short, The Fault in Our Stars 2, The Ebola in Our Everything.
I liked how it waited till it gave us like the punchline of what was happening. My favorite part of the sketch was when they did at the end, I laughed, I panicked, I mostly panicked, USA Today. Like when they did all the little clips from it, that was my favorite part of the sketch.
Have you seen The Fault in Our Stars?
I have not seen it yet.
This is why I need Keaton and Kelly here. Gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm letting you down.
No, it's cool.
I know.
No, but that's why I've seen this. So I was wondering, how are they? You've seen the trailer though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like,
it was
I know
very
the
similar
premise.
to the trailer that they had set up for The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
I was wondering what they were gonna go with it, and then like you said, the Ebola. I was like, that's great. That's great. And then when they want to try and have sex, he's in the hazmat suit. Oh, that was just super fun.
Classic.
I really enjoyed it. And after going, like I told you guys last week, going to the little editing seminar thing with the SNL film unit, Adam Epstein, I have so much more respect for these digital shorts.
Yeah.
Because there's so much work that gets put into them post-production wise and last minute wise. So I cannot ever give it a bad grade unless it's super terrible. So with that in mind, I gave it an A.
I gave that an A, and my friend Lauren out there that's watching.
Ooh, hi, Lauren.
Also gave it an A. Hi, Lauren.
Yay. See, Lauren's on the right page too.
Not Lauren, not to be confused with the Lauren.
Oh.
Lauren, female.
Not Michael's?
Nope.
Damn.
I know. Not this
Okay,
week.
but still, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. All right. Joan Rivers in Heaven, the tributes. Now,
Go. I'm going to let you go before I even speak on this.
I was a little bit watching the whole thing. I don't even know where to start. One line I really liked was, "Listen, comedy is to make us laugh and to deal with things. So open the gates. Let's start the show." I love that. I love that line. I think it explains so much about comedy and to let people know, hey, let loose, relax, and just have fun. Go with it. It's not supposed to be rubbing you the wrong way. If it does, deal with it. But it was awkward for me.
Can I go?
Yes, please
Like,
do,
this
because
is
this is
just-
really awkward.
No, it was just like, I think your reaction is exactly what a lot of people had. Like, they didn't know what to do with it. Here's my thing. I would have felt a lot more comfortable saying that I didn't really find it humorous if it wasn't a tribute. But then I didn't expect it to be a tribute. So then when they popped that up at the end, it was kind of like, oh, shoot. Like, I felt bad for, I was kind of like dissing on it. I'm like writing notes like, oh, that wasn't that funny. Oh, that one kind of fell. Oh, she butchered the Ben Franklin said forever 1721 joke or whatever. I'm writing all these things down, and then they popped that up, and I was like, oh, shoot. Now I kind of feel bad. It missed. And I don't know if that was her idea or if that was the writer's idea. I'm kind of curious to know. Again, I think the premise could have been funny.
Yeah.
I don't think her Joan Rivers was terrible. I thought the jokes as Joan Rivers weren't funny. Does that make sense?
No, that completely makes sense.
Like the hairstyle, her mannerisms, even down to the voice. Like, I think she did okay playing Joan Rivers. I think just the funny part of Joan wasn't as cutting as Joan is, except for the joke to Adam Levine as Freddie Mercury. He said, "You're so gay, even your teeth aren't straight." I laughed out loud, and that was actually funny.
My question is with this sketch.
Yeah.
Why now? There's a bunch of people we lost over the summer that we could do tributes for, comedian-wise, Don Pardo, like the voiceover.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much we could have done. Why now? That's my question.
Maybe it was important to Sarah.
Okay.
She was a female comedian. She paved the path for a lot of female comedians.
And why
she really
those...
was like the leading one that paved the path for someone like Sarah.
Which I respect 100%.
Yeah.
Completely. Don't misunderstand that. Like, I respect Joan Rivers and everything. I just want to know why those people on the panel as well. Why Richard Pryor? Why
Well,
Freddie
there are
Mercury?
other dead people in heaven that were...
Okay. Well, there's also, like, a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. I mean, I know those are musicians. Well, Freddie Mercury was in there. So
Maybe they chose those based on, like, what characters those people could play.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let us know, guys. What do you think?
That's
Why-
an interesting question. I would just go with it. They went with someone that is well-known, that's passed away, that could be played by one of the current characters. I actually thought Kyle Mooney's Steve Jobs was incredibly accurate. Like, he kind of looks like Steve Jobs, especially with the glasses and the turtleneck and the way he was like going like this. I thought that was actually pretty accurate. I didn't like Jay Farrow's
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. Who was the one on the far right?
Benjamin Franklin.
Nope, on the
Freddie. Oh, Lucy Ball.
Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
That was. I think that she, with more time, could actually kill an entire sketch as Lucille Ball. I didn't think that was good, but I could see an entire sketch as Lucille Ball being very funny. With like maybe they have like I don't know somebody that's Latin come on as a host and he's Ricky. Like that could be a funny sketch. I don't know. So maybe
They could bring it back.
There's a little.
That was just my question. I just want to know overall like the thought process for making this sketch. That's all.
Yeah.
Because it is a sketch. But so the next digital short, Whites.
Well, I loved this.
Go for it.
I love this a lot.
Oh,
and
wait.
I
What'd
think,
you give Joan's tribute?
I gave it a B because I didn't want to go less than a B, but I can't give it an A.
I gave it an A because I was afraid to give it anything less.
Joan would come down on you.
I know.
White people digital short. We're whites, and for now we're on top. I want to know whose brain this came from.
I think I know.
Who?
Come back to me because I just lost his name.
Well, which guy? The guy who said we're
Mike
whites?
O'Brien.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what-
it came from Mike's brain as well. Especially because he's the one who delivered like the punchline of like we're whites, and for now we're on top. Like he delivered it. I just thought this was really clever. I don't think it was offensive. I know there's some people who question, and I saw some tweets, people saying, was this offensive? Did they cross the line? I don't think so. I think they did it in enough of a playful way that it will be taken as just for what it is. Like it's funny.
Do you think this would have caused an issue last season if they wanted to do it?
Great question. So I thought about this. If they would have done it last season, I do 100% think it would have been the right joke, wrong time.
Okay.
I think the joke still would have been funny, but with the impending pressure on hiring somebody of African American descent or just people of more diversity, other races on the show, I think it could have been definitely. You would have seen it as headline news on, Fox, CNN, whatever, the next morning. But I did think it was funny. I audibly laughed out loud, especially at the end when they said, where's the line? Let's get at least 4 more presidents, even if they're girls. And she's like, stop it.
Yeah.
Still calling the shots till around 2050, 2060 tops.
Yeah.
Like it was, the punchlines were accurately delivered in a way that was, I just found it great, top to bottom.
I agree. It made me feel uncomfortable, but I love that they did that. They created that feeling, and
You want to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like when they push the envelope. I love when they do that. But I gave it a B. What'd you give it?
A plus.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite ones of the season.
Maybe I don't like feeling too uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Forgotten TV gems. With the TV show Supportive Women.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Kenan was super adorable this episode.
Kenan, I 100% agree with you. Kenan was good. Like, it was like he was laughing, like he was on an inside joke that none of us knew about, but it didn't make me feel excluded. I felt like I was laughing with him. He laughed in this one and the next one, or two away when he was doing the Al Sharpton thing. But he just kind of like, when he was on Weekend Update, he just was kind of like, he would kind of giggle.
Yeah.
Almost like he knew something we didn't know. But I didn't make me feel, like I said, excluded. I was okay with it. I did not like the sketch at all. I thought it was a little bit of a ripoff of the Californians, the way they zoomed in on the face.
I
Like
see
they
that. I
zoomed
never
in on
thought
the
of
face
that.
with the expression. I did like the twist was clever, where they twisted and she was dumping stuff in the water, and she's like, "Emergency! You were coughing." Like the twist was funny. I don't think the punchlines were very funny.
Here's what I liked about it.
Go.
I liked that it was unique. It basically explains what if everything went right in a TV show.
Yeah.
It would be boring. If women were not going against each other, it would be a boring show. So it was nice to see them actually show us what would happen. Oh, it's okay, honey. My husband tried to kiss you. It's okay. We're friends now.
Yeah,
Or when she killed the maid and the maid died with a smile on her face. P.S. Was Sarah's hand on Kate's boob?
Yeah, 100%. There was a boob grab.
And there was like a giggle from Kate from that?
Well, she touched. She grabbed Adam Levine's butt at the end of the show. That's why I wanted to see the end. She grabbed his butt. It was like her chance to do it without. He can't do anything. It's live TV. What's he gonna do? Turn to be like? Because I'm sure Bihati's in the crowd watching, or at least backstage, like watching. Probably like, what the heck are you doing to
Well,
my
she's
husband?
with Michael Sheen now, isn't she?
Who?
Or Michael, is that his name?
Sarah
From-
Silverman?
Yeah, from
I don't know who she's in.
Masters of Sex.
I don't know.
Pretty sure I butchered.
You're the
his name.
Masters of Sex.
I
guru.
know. I didn't realize
You're
they
the
were
master
dating.
of sex.
Thank you. I will take that title. Thanks. So the sketch, yeah. I just liked how it was a unique sketch. It was very creative. I liked
thought it was opposite. I didn't think it was that creative, but I thought
You against women?
Keenan as Reese, the what? was funny to me.
So what'd you give it?
B minus.
Okay, I gave it a B.
Yeah.
So we're not bad.
Yeah.
All right. And then Maroon 5 performs like animals.
Animals.
Or animals.
They debuted this song during the MTV VMAs.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, an IKEA commercial with the
Oh.
hamsters. It was the new hamster electronic vehicle for the Kia Soul commercial.
Oh, is this the hamster commercial where there's the two nerdy hamsters and then the hot chick comes out of it, hot hamster chick
Yep.
comes out of it?
Yep, that's when they
That's-
debuted this song.
Is it weird that I remembered just the
No,
hamsters?
I want to
Okay.
know how much they got paid to wait and exclusively release it on a Kia commercial.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
A lot of money, which
I don't
they
know.
can all afford, probably.
I'll maybe find out.
Question about Maroon 5, though.
Yep.
It says Maroon 5. Does that mean there's only 5 of them? Give me some history. That's probably such a dumb question to ask, but I want to know because I counted that picture and there's more than 5.
I don't know, but one of the guys is from Nebraska, and that's cool.
Okay, cool. Well, let me know, guys, what you think.
Because I'm from Nebraska.
Because it's not really important, but...
And Nebraska's a great state.
So what do you think about the performance?
I thought it was great. I
Okay.
love that they sing live. You can't question that Adam Levine can sing. Can't question that they've been a knockout. They'll never split up. He'll never go solo. They stayed true as a band. They always put out good music. I think that they were stuck under a label for a long time that forced them to put out things that were hits for radio play versus what they want to make. But I think they're back to making stuff that's a little more like songs with Jane or without Jane, whatever the name of that record was my favorite one.
Yeah.
But where a lot of like the famous, where they really got their big start. Songs for Jane. What was the name of that record? Songs for Jane, songs with Jane, without Jane. Maroon 5's classic, like
I'll look it up.
She Will Be Loved. I have it on my iTunes. But anyways,
But yeah, no, I agree. It was this album. I've never really had a feeling to see them live until...
songs about Jane. Sorry about
There you
that little glitch there.
But until I saw him perform and he hit that last high note with
Yeah.
the microphone so far, I was like,
And he
"What?
does it
now I know
freaking-
why he's on The Voice."
Yeah, he does it freaking live. Like the guy just kills it. He
Yeah.
does close his eyes more when he sings. I've noticed this more tonight or last night than I've ever noticed this before. It was like he would close his eyes the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Take yourself away to wherever you got to go. I think I would want to like look out.
Don't judge him.
I'm not judging. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Like you do what you got to do. I just noticed it. Like it was apparent to me.
From both performances.
Both, especially the second one.
Okay.
Maps.
Well, let's move on to weekend updates.
Yeah.
Michael J. Colin Jost.
I gotta give a shout out to Michael Che. 10 times more comfortable in his seat tonight, and it was like very visible from the jump.
I was really happy with this weekend update.
And so usually this is kind of my process for those of you that watch at home. When we take notes on the show, I'll usually write down a joke if it sticks out to me. Like I'll write it down so I can reference it if it comes up in conversation. I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 different jokes.
Damn.
Like I just thought they were well written tonight.
Yeah.
They did a good job of delivering them. And this includes the interactions with, I thought the interviews were great. Like even the way Colin interviewed, he's like, is it Kevin or is it Colin? When Al Sharpton was talking to him, like it was just, I thought that the Weekend Update was well produced.
I agree. But the one thing, here's my criticism. Michael Che Colin did this last season too, but he needs to not laugh during the other person's
I think you have
delivery.
to earn that because Seth Meyers did it during other people's and during his own, and he still does it on his show. I think it has to be earned a little bit because we don't know him. We don't know Michael yet. And once we know him, we can laugh with him. But right now, when he laughs, it's kind of like, are we supposed to laugh with you?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to laugh? Like, what are we doing right now?
Well, it's just bothersome to hear the background of it.
Yeah, or at least, like, pull yourself away from the mic or something.
Well, it's on him. So, or is it above him? I don't know. Either way.
Yeah.
So Reverend Al Sharpton, Keenan, I put in quotes, so cute. Gave him an A.
Wait. We skipped 2 jokes that I really like.
Oh, go for it.
When Colin said that the people lied on the questionnaire and that they're going to be prosecuted for lying on the questionnaire and could be facing up to Ebola. Like, I thought the Ebola punchline could, like, it wasn't overused. It could have been used more. Like, they did the thing about, the Ebola and everything. And then this, I just think they could have done more. I like it.
I agree. One of the lines,
not to make light of people that have it. I just think because it's a pressing issue, it's fun to talk about right now.
I like one of the lines. He goes, "Who goes to Texas and Africa?"
Unless you're a missionary or Hakeem Olajuwon. I wrote that one down too. And then the Kim Jong-il in Dennis Rodman's backpack. I thought in the graphic, like, I laughed out loud. That was great. We haven't seen him for a month. I was hoping he'd be around the world traveling in Dennis Rodman's backpack. Like that was just a great visual.
So for Reverend Sharpton,
Al Sharpton.
What'd you think?
When he goes, Ebola, I think it's something you can get through your email.
Yes.
Like it was another Ebola joke. This was one of my favorite Reverend Al Sharptons that I've seen. It was great. And I love how he kept mixing up Colin and Kevin.
Yeah, and then Miss NBC. That was one of my favorite
Yeah.
lines.
He's like, I think
women.
you should be protecting Obama. And he's like, I do protect him on my show from 6 to 7 p.m. on Miss NBC. Yes. I thought that was fantastic. And then when he even referenced the KKK, karate, karaoke, kaiju. It's a sea monster. That was top to bottom. I feel like Keenan is almost pulling his own little Derek Jeter tour of Saturday Night Live of all his favorite sketches, characters. This is his last season.
Yeah. You don't think maybe he's acting like senioritis and he just doesn't really care and he's going to go out and have fun?
If that's the case, it's working. Whatever he's doing, I do think he knows, and the inside joke that I referred to earlier is that he knows he's on his way out. Mm-hmm. And so he's just kind of, he's on a different level of like, I could care less.
Yeah.
He cares, but he's like, I'm just going to do it in a different, and it's almost like he's just like coasting through, and I kind of love it. I'm really loving Keenan this season.
I'm enjoying him so far too, which is really rare for me to say.
I know it is.
It's really rare.
Speaking of Derek Jeter, that joke was fantastic. Are you a Derek Jeter fan? You know,
nope,
like, okay, you
not
know
a
he's
Yankees
retiring.
fan.
Okay, not a Yankees fan.
Sorry.
But they were talking about Carnegie Deli, the famous Carnegie Deli. Jimmy Fallon uses it in the opening of The Tonight Show. The new sandwich, the Derek Jeter Triple Club. After you eat it, you'll take a legendary number 2. I thought that was so well written, delivered. It was great. So I thought it was funny. So,
Are you a Yankees fan?
No. Well, I'm a Dodgers fan, but here's the thing. Yankees is the only other baseball team's hat that I have. Because growing up in Nebraska, we didn't have a professional team. My grandpa liked the Yankees, so it was really the only team I saw around. So it's like the only other real like baseball hat that I have. So I've always watched the Yankees.
That's fair.
But as fandom, I embrace the Dodgers, living in LA.
That's good.
They play tomorrow night.
Cool.
We're moving on. Soon.
There was one other news story that I forgot that I did put a little star that I liked.
What?
When Michael Che talks about NYPD shows video against human brutality, and they have the song "This Is How We Do It" playing in the background. I laughed.
There's
so
things
hard.
I can't say, like skinny macchiato or thank you for your help, officer.
I love
that was
that
well
little
played.
segment.
Yeah, and they did that last week too, where they had a little thing where they both said something. Mm-hmm. I kind of, and well, granted, Keenan was in the middle saying, "Oh, child, things are gonna get brighter."
Overall, I mean, and then the next group was the feminist group, Garage.
I did not like that. Wasn't funny to me at all.
I got a kick out of it. Anything with Kate McKinnon and Sarah.
I look at McKinnon. It wasn't funny to me.
It reminded me of when Adam Sandler used to come on Weekend Update and just sing with his guitar.
I would have rather watched Kate McKinnon as Garahe or whatever she wanted to be pronounced sing random made up songs and Sarah not even be in it. I didn't think. I don't think she committed. That wasn't funny. Like, okay, do this one time. Are you playing an instrument? Yeah, it's a very small sound. Okay, move on. But like they referenced it again, and it just was not funny to me.
I can see what you're saying, but I really liked how she made that character into something. It's like, where's the microphone? Oh, is this? And like she would tap the microphone.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like, if you're going to use situational humor and props, I think have it be funnier. Have it be a
I
whoopee
think you're
cushion.
against women.
No, I love women. You know,
he's
Kate
against-
McKinnon's like my favorite person on the show. I just didn't. I thought that could be like situational humor, especially with instruments. Have it be a whoopee cushion, or have it be a balloon with helium that she sucks in. Like, there's other elements you could have added to add levels to it.
Yeah, but
it
that
was-
would take away from the whole point of women being strong, and they're hippies, and that's kind of like a hippie little
I don't know.
toy.
It just missed for me. I didn't think it was that funny.
Because you're not a woman.
You're
Strong.
not a woman.
So overall, weekend update grade.
I gave it an A minus.
I gave it a B plus.
I thought it was overall, it was good. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see if Colin and Michael, if I like them this much in week 2, how much I'm going to love them like in February.
Exactly.
So,
My hope is that once they get weekend update down and how they want to do it, they can fix that problem where they've had it so many times where the show just kind of goes downhill after weekend update. I'm hoping they can fix that curse.
what's the new kid's name? The young kid that did the weekend update as himself last week? The super young kid? We didn't see him at all tonight.
Sam something Davidson?
Yeah, we didn't see him at all tonight. I was really bummed about that. I like that kid a lot.
There
Pete
was
Davidson.
Pete Davidson,
Thank
thank you. The 18 or 22-year-old, however old he is. That kid's
20, yeah.
that kid's great.
Yeah.
And we didn't see him once to.
Not
Correct
even
me
a
if I'm
peak,
wrong.
not even in a background of anything.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. Did you get to see SNL?
Not this week.
Not this week. Okay, not yet. Anyways,
Sorry, spoiler.
hey, yeah, we're spoiling the whole show for you for our engineer.
So then the next sketch was the River
Shaka
Sisters.
Ditch River Cruise. What was this?
Proud Mary.
Hey, did you notice what state they were driving through on the river?
No, what state?
Come on,
Nebraska?
Yes, it was the Nebraska River Cruise. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I felt like I should
They're
be
writing
attached
to
it.
you, Danny. They're
And you know
like,
what?
Danny.
I had all the reason to like this because they were doing it in my home state, and I hated this sketch. Was it funny to you?
There were like, I wanted to hate it so
Be
much.
honest.
It was, meh.
Take the women empowerment part out of it. Was it funny? True or false? Right now. 3, 2.
What's the middle word of true and false?
False.
False.
True.
I don't. It had its little segments that I liked, but it was weak.
Yeah.
Overall, it was weak. It had some strong points.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed how they would sing, and then they'd start talking about, like, I worked at Google, but I quit. I went in there, like, I called them all the F word.
The other one.
The other, yeah.
Yeah, the gay one.
Yeah, so, like, there was little bits that they said that I really liked. And, like, Keenan's like, I stay on the boat because I had a bear in my house.
The only thing I laughed at was when Sarah Silverman said, I signed up for a 90-month contract. And when you think about it, months are really short. And she's like, put them together, that's like 18 years.
Yes.
That was funny to me because she looks older than the other two girls, so it's like plausible.
Yeah.
The rest of it, this was the worst sketch of the night for me.
Cecily looked great, though.
Cecily did look great.
She looked great in the dress.
I
Like,
thought the same thing.
so she didn't do much for me in that
I like
sketch.
Sashir. I like her timing and delivery. Her first one, I don't remember what she said. The first time she was singing and did like her little thing, I remember thinking to myself, I liked her timing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like laugh out loud funny for me, but I do like Sashir a lot.
Sarah, though, I feel did on the stage for this one.
Yeah, it was
Even
just
though the
it
sketch was
just
kind of
wasn't like,
fell
I didn't
flat,
laugh.
she
Yeah,
owned it. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, wait, what'd you give this?
a D is my least favorite sketch of the night.
I gave it a C+.
Also, there's an. Oh, dude, you think I was gonna throw this at you?
No,
like.
I
Also,
flinched,
let me
but I
tell you
didn't
about.
move.
Here's another reason. I wrote this down. I don't feel like we talked about this last season. If you guys watched last season, we talked about when different guests, whether they commit, and the reason we really liked Louis C.K. is because he committed. I don't think Sarah committed to the dancing part of this. Like, she was kind of like either a step behind, and then when she would kick in full gear, she overdanced the other two, like doing her little moves.
Or maybe they were behind.
No, they were just consistently like on it. And I noticed one point she was behind, at one point she was like ahead of them, like overdoing it. I don't feel like she fully committed. And so for me, it kind of felt like she was just existing in there, like coexisting with them, as opposed to being like owning it and like leading the sketch.
Okay.
I don't know. That's why I gave it a D.
That's fair. Fine, I'll give it a C-. Okay, this has got to be probably my favorite sketch. One of my favorite sketches of the night.
Yeah?
The airport car pickup.
The engagement sketch.
Oh my god. It made me laugh from start to finish.
From start to finish, there was elements of surprise.
Yes.
There was things we didn't know what was going to happen next. But the premise of the joke stayed the same, and they were able to navigate around it while keeping the same element, the fact that she didn't know anybody else was in the car, funny. it was the most well written, well done, and well delivered sketch of the night for me.
It almost seemed like they didn't know how to end it. Almost. There was a part where like, all right, now Adam gets out of the car.
Wait, how did they end it again? Adam gets out and he dies.
Yes. Oh no, he's alive.
Oh wait.
They're like, oh, it's good. He's cool. And then it goes to the mom, Kate McKinnon, saying, I could actually really go for some Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that's what it was right there.
And then Sarah goes, me too. Everyone's agreeing. And she goes, do you forgive me? He goes, no. Bobby was amazing this entire sketch. His facial expressions. And you know what? If a guy's going to propose to you in the car, they deserve to be cheated on.
And Adam Levine was funny when he was like, he reached out to me on Twitter. He said, you're a great girl. And honestly, you kind of suck. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that he was involved in 2 sketches. You know, he's always a team player. But I thought he has comedic chops. I thought he was actually humorous.
Yeah, and Sarah was really good with being dramatic. She's like, it was bad. I met this guy.
Yeah, that was maybe Sarah's most comfortable sketch of the night for me. This was an A+ for me. It was the best live sketch. And I think this is something I think we could see recurring.
The style?
Yeah, the style. Like everybody's in a car, or maybe they do it where everybody's like in a community bus. Like it's a bus around the town. But I think the idea of people popping up around an idea could happen.
Maybe Bobby's character always trying to propose to someone, and they always cheat on him, or he always has awkward proposals.
But that's the same joke, that like he was going to propose and didn't know. But I think if you do it where like somebody's in there and there's an idea like where they say something, then it revolves around that they didn't know somebody else was listening, could be funny.
Could be.
And it's an easy thing to plug a guest or a musical guest into.
And I liked Adam singing that there will be stuffed crust. It was great. I liked Adam was adorable in that, I gotta say. I didn't think he would be, but he was. So I gave it an A+.
A+.
So now this is your boys' sketch,
No,
the
this
December
is
Generation.
my boys' sketch, December Generation.
Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney.
I think I just sang that to the West Philadelia.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish your
This is my boys' sketch. Oh, I see what you did there, Roya. This was, I think it was like, I kind of couldn't stop watching it. I don't know if I laughed, but I couldn't stop watching. It was just like, it was kind of just goofy. It was nonsense.
Beck looked good. I don't know if he's wearing like a puffed up shirt or something, but he looked like he was like a fit kind of bigger guy.
Beck or the Muppet Beck?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. When he's in that trash can.
I kind of love that they kept doing the trash can, like the Muppet things, and he was like walking him. Like there were several funny elements. It was probably fun to film. It was probably a lot of fun.
Car has so many dents on it, I bet.
Yeah.
Because how many times it ran it over? 4 times.
Yep.
And I think the driver was Adam Epstein, the editor for SNL.
Really?
Because he had that curly hair, the beard.
I didn't look very close.
I was creeping and I was like, pause, nah, I can't tell. You can't really tell. So if anyone knows,
let us know.
Yeah, because I know, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
But yeah, to me, I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Sayonara, sucker. Yeah.
A minus. Oh.
A minus?
I don't know. I was trying to finish your sentence.
A.
We would not be good as that couple. A. Oh, you gave an A?
A.
B minus.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
And then Maroon 5 performs again.
Maps. Yeah. I love this song a lot. Actually, if any of you guys watched the VMAs, this is the song I DJ'd the opening on the VMAs.
Oh, you did
the song for
DJ?
Maroon 5.
Oh.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I DJ'd live on the VMAs.
I did not know
this year.
that.
It was on my birthday. I had a conversation with Beyonce that day.
What?
It was a great day. But no, the whole point I did it was open for Maroon 5 outside. They did a special performance outside of the Forum, and so I got to watch them rehearse this all afternoon, and then I actually watched them perform this. I'm gonna name drop only because she's one of my favorite people in the world.
Roya.
Oh. Well, yes. No, Adam's wife, Bihati. I actually shot her for Victoria's Secret. So I'd met her like a year ago when they were just dating and then engaged. And then it was me, her, and actually Julianne Hough and some other people in the back watching them perform. And it was like one of the coolest, and it was this song and several other songs, but this was like the main song they did on the VMAs. One of the coolest nights of my life. And it was on my freaking birthday.
That's awesome.
My dirty 30.
Dirty 30, and you really did get 30, right?
And I love this song. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, it was cool. It was like it brought back some of the coolest memories of my life was like that night. So for me, had intrinsic value.
Nice.
It had nostalgic value for me.
I liked how they kept the same outfits.
Yeah,
It was kind of nice that they don't need to be flashy and
Yep.
change for whatever song it is.
That they're not
They just-
pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're in it for the music.
good
I
observation.
like when people do that.
Well, and even I said this earlier, but even like people have asked Adam several times, "You ever gonna go solo?" He said, "I'll never leave my bandmates."
Nice.
And I just think it says a lot about that band. Like they'll always be Maroon 5
Right.
together. I think that's really cool.
Even though there's not 5 of them.
Well, because they added PJ Morton, who's a solo artist, the guy who plays the keys,
Okay.
African American guy. He's got his own album. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But they added pieces like that make their sound even better. But yeah, it
I
changes
just like to
Maroon
be a pain in the butt. Dan.
Yeah, you do.
Have you not learned that yet? Come on. Let's go to Vitamix
5.
commercial.
You're a realist, Roya.
I am. Thank you. Thank you. Vitamix commercial.
Has anybody ever called you that before?
No.
Coin it. Make it a
Done.
hashtag.
Hashtag. It starts off with an infomercial, kind of like for blenders, and then it turns really vicious between friends. I actually kind of like this sketch. I know a
Really?
lot of people online I was reading did not like it. They thought it was just stupid. I thought Sarah sold it and Vanessa they were both dedicated to it.
I didn't think it was that fun. I thought Vanessa was kind of funny. I don't know. It was okay.
For me, maybe it's because it's really relatable.
Yeah.
I've had friends that are like, oh, I don't think you can afford it.
Well, okay, so the punchline for me, I thought was going to have to do with the price of it. Like, it wasn't actually going to be $650.
Right.
Like, maybe there was a twist on it, but that punchline didn't, like, carry enough water, like, carry through for me. I don't know. I thought that's what they were aiming towards, and I just didn't see it get to a place where that was the funniest part of the sketch.
My question is, do you think they were kind of mocking the whole new iPhone? Because it's this blender that's $650, and there's people who are like, well, you know, I want the iPhone. Oh, but it's
Interesting.
$600.
I didn't even think of that.
Why do you need a blender? It's not even that big of a difference. Like when she was hitting the noise.
Yeah.
It's like it's quiet.
I didn't even think of that.
It's not even quiet.
If that's the case, it's clever. I don't think it was very apparent if that's the case.
I might be reaching.
Yeah, you could be a little bit. I think the only parallel for me is the actual price.
Mm.
And I guess you could throw anything for that price in there, but maybe. It's
Yeah.
clever. I didn't even think of that.
You know how like kids draw really bad pictures?
Yeah.
I'd still do that, and my parents will be like, "Oh, that's amazing." So that's probably where I get that.
Oh, that's
It's
amazing.
It's deeper than it looks. The
I'm not even
scribble.
mad. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
It's amazing.
Do you have a Vitamix?
No.
I've always kind of wanted one.
Well, they're apparently $650.
You can juice some carrots and nut butter. Make nut butter.
Are you judging me?
What?
Are you judging me?
Yeah, it was okay. I gave this a C.
I gave a C+.
I thought I could end it on a higher note.
Yeah, it was pretty vicious to end on that.
Yeah, don't end on that. End on the digital short maybe or something, or end on the live. Them in the car would have been a great way to end.
Mm-hmm.
End on the engagement sketch in the car. Goes out on a high note.
Or even the Joan Rivers thing.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like tribute into. It would have been. You know what? I would have thought higher of her Joan Rivers thing if it ends on a tribute than a placement. So maybe it's a placement thing.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
Maybe
a
it's-
really good point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, overall grade for this.
I didn't like it as much as Chris Pratt.
Really? I
Yeah,
really liked it so
fell,
much more.
It fell below where I expected Sarah Silverman to be.
All right, we agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
I gave
Tell
it,
us what you guys think.
Yeah, I gave it an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm too friendly with my A's. I'll give it a B.
Yeah,
Plus.
I was a C plus. I'm a whole letter grade below you.
Yeah, you are. But
Not in life, just on this.
that's fair.
In life, we're even.
Yes, we're so even.
A pluses.
Yeah. Ow.
That was a good high
That was
five.
My ow.
We go to predictions.
Yes, it's two predictions. So next week we have.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
You're gonna tell me what the band name, but Bill Hader and is it Hoyser?
Bill Hader. It's Hosier.
Hoser. I knew it wasn't.
Take me to church. I'm a preacher in the garden.
Again, another band.
Da-da-da-da-da-do.
I don't know who they are.
Da-da-da-da.
Will I like them?
discovered them via my roommate. Shout out to Philip Torres.
Hello, Philip.
Yeah, they have a very interesting, cool sound, and they have the song "Take Me to Church" that I don't know where it exactly became famous, but it's all over. If you have Sirius, it's all over the Coffee House channel, 31 and 36. I hear it all the time. It's a great song, and now it's made it to top 40. It's got a lot of airplay. I went and got the rest of their music because of this one song.
Okay.
Do you remember last year when Sam Smith was on? You're like, who's the Sam
Yeah.
Smith guy? And I was like, you're gonna freaking
Right.
love him.
That's what my next question was going to be. In comparison to that, would you recommend?
I would 100% recommend Hozier.
Okay.
I wouldn't give them as big of a glowing recommendation like I gave Sam Smith last year, which, by the way, I went and saw him live
And
last week.
Haim. You did that with Haim.
I did that with Haim as well, who's all over the place now. Not that I'm just telling you I appreciate good music. I really like good music.
Yeah.
I think Hozier is great music.
Okay, cool.
So I'm excited to see them. Unfortunately, I won't be here. I'll be in Canada. I'll be in Canada next week.
Well, tweet us.
I will. I'm going to be a
Give us your
time zone
result.
east of New York, which I didn't know existed. So I will definitely watch. I will try to tweet live if I can.
So what do you think? What kind of characters do you hope?
I really hope Bill Hader comes back with like all of his good. Like Stefan has to.
Yeah.
Do you think they bring back Seth Meyers?
I think Seth Meyers, Fred Armisen, and Kristen Wiig. I think we're going to get the Californians.
Oh yes! I didn't even think of that. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Roya nailed it. Californians, and I think we see Stefan on Weekend Update, or at least he appears in like a sketch or something.
Yeah.
But I think you'll see a lot of classic Bill Hader, like the deep doctor voices and the analytical things he does, and yeah.
And if we don't get Seth Meyers on for any kind of relationship with Weekend Update and Stefan shows up, I think he's going to be hitting on Colin.
Oh, he probably will.
Even though he's technically married to Seth, right?
He's technically married to Seth,
So-
but he could look at Colin as like the next Seth and just be like look at him as like a young Seth.
Exactly.
That'd be funny. That'd
So,
be great.
yeah.
Great thought. I'm excited.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Danny, where can they follow you and find you?
On the interwebs, you can find me at Danny Hoyt. It's DANNYHOYT on Twitter and Instagram and
Any after
Facebook.
shows?
Yeah, I just did. I started Homeland tonight,
Sweet.
which is amazing. And for now, yeah, Homeland and SNL holding it down.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyRoya. That's HeyRoya. And I'm also on the Law & Order SVU
Oh, I love that
after
show so much. I
We
love
created
Mariska
one.
Hargitay.
So follow us. I know she's awesome.
My hero. She lives next door to my friend in New York.
What?
Yeah, we should
That's
send
creepy.
her pizzas.
Can I go hang out with your friend? Anyways, guys, until then, we will see you next week. Thank you for watching.
Love you, Mom.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.